All right, welcome back. My name is Vineet. You're watching NewsX. Mohammed Nizamuddin was a 29-year-old software engineer from Telangana's Mehboob Nagar district who was shot by Santa Clara, USA police during an alleged scuffle with his roommate. Nizamuddin worked for Google through the EPAM Systems from 2021 to 2024. He had quit after facing racial harassment and discrimination. The Santa Clara police chief, Corey Morgan, said that the Indian techie's fight with his roommate escalated into violence before officers arrived. Police said Nizamuddin was allegedly holding a knife and threatening to attack again when they forced entry into the house. The father of Mohammed Nizamuddin spoke exclusively to NewsX, and he says that his last conversation was on the 4th of September and it had been pin-drop silence ever since. He got to know about the death of his son not from the police or the Indian embassy. He got a call from his son's friend in California. He also said that his son kept complaining of harassment and racial discrimination faced by him in the office. Let's listen in.
अभी हम महबूब नगर में है कि जो यूएस में मोहम्मद निजामुद्दीन को जो शूट डेड किया गया है, उनके पिताश्री अब हमारे साथ हैं, उनसे बात करेंगे। आखिर में क्या हुआ है, किस दिन इनको जान से मार दिया गया है, आखिर में पुलिस गोली मारने की वजह क्या है, इसके पीछे पूरा डिटेलली उनके पिताश्री से बात करेंगे। सर बताइए कि आखिर में कब हुआ था ये हादसा, आपको कब पता चला था?
मुझे इसका पता कोई पुलिस वाले नहीं दिए और ना इंडियन एम्बेसी इसका इत्तला दिए और ना ही कंपनी वाले दिए। कल कॉल आया सुबह में 8:20 को, वो भी मेरे बच्चे के दोस्त को पुलिस वाले कॉल किए कि ये कैसा इंसाफ है। फैमिली मेंबर्स को देते इत्तला, किसी और को देते।
अच्छा, पुलिस वाले कहाँ पर दिया? आपके घर पे कॉल किए या तो आपके दोस्त
वहीं रहता हूँ? अच्छा। बच्चे का दोस्त वहीं पे रहता, कैलिफोर्निया के आगे कुछ दूसरे स्टेट में रहता।
अच्छा, आखिर में किस्सा क्या है, क्या हुआ था? पुलिस का कहना है कि वो कुछ उनके जो साथी रूममेट है उनके ऊपर वार कर रहे थे चाकू से, इस तरह की पूरी कहानी बता रहे। आखिर में हुआ क्या है, आपकी क्या आपके जानकारी में है?
ये कंपनी की तरफ से साजिश है साहब। इससे पहले हरासमेंट किए हैं वो लोग, रूममेट्स भी हरासमेंट किए हैं, जहर मिला दिए हैं खाने में, खा लिया बच्चा, नहीं मालूम है, खा लिया। खाने के बाद उसको खै भी हो गई, 2-3 खै कर लिया। ये बात मुझे कब मालूम हुई, बच्चे से मैं फ़ोन किया तो बच्चा खांस रहा था। क्या मैं खांस रहा, खांसी हो गई क्या? बोले नहीं, वो जहर मिलाए थे खाने में, खा लिया, मैं खै भी कर लिया।
ये कितने दिन की नीचे की बात है?
14-15 की बात है।
अच्छा, मतलब 1 महीने की?
1 महीने। हाँ। तो खांसी में पूरा वो जहर चला गया उसका। बाद में 29 अगस्त को भी बात करा, वही 30 है उसको बात करा, 1 सितंबर को बात करा, 2 सितंबर को बात करा, सब ठीक है बोला। और उसके बाद से फोन बंद है उसका। अच्छा,
ये हादसा कब हुआ बोलकर बोल रहे हैं?
4 को हुआ बोल रहे लोग। अच्छा,
मतलब 4 के बाद आपके कांटेक्ट में नहीं है आपके बेटा? आप कहीं कोशिश भी नहीं की?
कोशिश करा, मैं सिग्नल पे बात किया, नहीं, कॉल जा रहा, रिप्लाई नहीं आ रहा।
अच्छा, उनके रूममेट कौन है? बताया जा रहा है कि रूममेट के साथ झगड़ा हुआ। कौन है वो रूममेट? क्या हिंदुस्तानी है?
कंपनी के लोग हैं, कंपनी में काम करने वाले लोग हैं, उन्हीं के साथ इसको रखा गया।
अच्छा, वो हिंदुस्तानी है या तो
नहीं, अमेरिका के?
अच्छा, यूएस के? यूएस के। क्या झगड़ा क्या हुआ है, क्या बोल रहे थे?
झगड़ा कुछ नहीं, जब इंसाफ की बात करा तो वो लोगों को पसंद नहीं आ रहा था, अपनी हम बोले ऐसा सुनना। अच्छा, ऐसा।
अच्छा, पुलिस कह रही है कि छाती पे जब हम लोग गए थे, जो पड़ोस के लोग हमको इन्फॉर्मेशन दिए थे, छाती पे बैठ कर चाकू से वार कर रहे थे। क्या सच में आपके बेटा इतना, मतलब आप लगता है कि आपको ऐसा कर सकते?
वैसा बच्चा होता ही नहीं, वो बच्चा वैसा, और इंसाफ पसंद है और गलती करे तो मानता नहीं। ये बात थी बच्चे में, कोई गलती करा मेरी सुनो नहीं सुनता था, वो चाहे कुछ भी कर ले नहीं सुनता था, सही सही गलत गलत, इस मॉडल का बच्चा था।
अच्छा, आपका बेटा कब गए थे यहाँ पर, मतलब किस सिलसिले में, क्या पढ़ाई के लिए गए थे? कितने साल हुआ है जाकर?
10 साल हो रहा।
10 साल।
2015 में एंडिंग में गया था।
कहाँ पर काम कर रहे थे, कहाँ पर पढ़ाई, क्या पढ़ाई किए थे?
कॉलेज ऑफ फ्लोरिडा में पढ़ा 2 साल। पढ़ाई होने के बाद एक साल सर्चिंग में रहा। 18 ईयर्स 2018 पूरा कंप्लीट हो गया। 19 में फिर सोच कंपनी में जॉब मिला उसको।
अच्छा।
सोच कंपनी में 19-20 तक करा। 21 में कैलिफोर्निया गया, गूगल कंपनी में काम करना शुरू करा। वहाँ पर गड़बड़ शुरू कर दिया लोग, इसके खिलाफ ही काम करने लगे। तो क्या किस वजह से कर रहे थे नहीं मालूम।
ये कितने साल से इस तरह से आप बता रहे हैं कि आपके बेटे को टॉर्चर कर रहे हैं? कितने दिन से, कितने साल से?
2021 से कर रहे हैं। लाइट कर रहे थे, अब ऐसा हंगामा कर दिए।
अच्छा, मतलब कोई किसी को कंप्लेंट नहीं किए? निज़ाम आपको कभी बताया है कि किसी को कंप्लेंट किए पुलिस स्टेशन में? जिस तरह से आप बोल रहे हैं कि जहर खिला दिया गया है, तो वहाँ पर कंप्लेंट नहीं किए? जब
कंप्लेंट किया था, कोर्ट को जाके कंप्लेंट करा था।
अच्छा, मगर कुछ एक्शन
नहीं, कुछ नहीं। 29 को उसको बुलाया गया था कोर्ट में, उसको यही बोले कि आप ही घर खाली कर दो बोले। तो परमिशन, कुछ परमिशन भी दिए उसको कि एक 30 डेज रह सकते हैं, उसके बाद जा सकते हैं। तो 30 डेज के अंदर ये काम कर दिया।
अच्छा, आपको अभी मतलब क्या लग रहा है कि ये पूरा साजिश के दौर पर, जैसा आप बता रहे हैं साजिश के दौर पर, किसकी साजिश हो सकती है? क्या इनके उसमें कोई दोस्त भी मिले हुआ है आपको जिन्हें आप जानते हैं?
नहीं, दोस्त तो हमारा कुछ भी नहीं है। ये कंपनी की साजिश है और चंद वर्करों की साजिश है।
मतलब इनको टारगेट करने की वजह क्या हो सकता है, पर्टिकुलरली निज़ाम को टारगेट
करने का? सही बताए तो वो नाराज लोग, हम जो बोल रहे हैं वो काम करो, होता ही, दूसरा कुछ भी नहीं।
अच्छा, आपके आगे की मांग क्या है? केंद्र सरकार से हो या
सरकार से यही मांग है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से यही तलब कर रहा हूँ कि हमारी जो लाश है हमारे घर तक पहुँचाई जाए, डेड बॉडी।
अच्छा, आप यहाँ पर किसी लोकल लीडर्स को हो या आपके लोकल एमपी है DK अरुणा जी, क्या उनसे बात हुई है?
DK अरुणा जी से बात हुई रात में। अच्छी बात है, काम मंगाएंगे बोले हम।
अच्छा, धन्यवाद। आपका नाम?
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद हसनुद्दीन।
ये है निज़ामुद्दीन के पिताजी का कहना है कि कुछ साजिश के दौर पर यह हादसा हुआ है, बल्कि उनके बेटे का फितरत इस तरह की नहीं है। जो जान से मारने की जो बताई जा रही है, चाकू लेके वार करने की बात बताई जा रही है, कि उस तरह से नहीं है, मगर यहाँ पर कुछ ना कुछ साजिश है। इसके ऊपर पूरा इन्वेस्टिगेशन होना चाहिए, इनका पिताजी का मांग है। कैमरा पर्सन सूर्या के साथ राज किरण, महबूबनगर से।
All right, at this point in time, Ambassador Yogesh Gupta, former diplomat, joins us. Mr. N.V. Subhash, BJP spokesperson, Telangana, and grandson of former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao. Mr. Venkat Narayan, senior journalist, also joins us on the show. Mr. Subhash, I'll begin with you. I hope you can hear me, sir. Mr. N.V. Subhash, I hope you can hear me, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Well, sir, this is concerning at a multitude of levels, not because, there could be foul play, there could be a threat to the policeman who shot Mr. Nizamuddin, but the fact of the matter is that he was constantly being harassed and tortured on the basis of his religion. That's exactly what the concern is.
See, we have, the benefit of doubt because, as you know, that there are so many restrictions on India and Indian, the subcontinent by the US, because by imposing tariffs and other things, there is, the discrimination issue cannot be really just ruled out. But, the discrimination can be in a different magnitude. But the situation is really out of the proposition. It is blown out of the proposition, and what we hear from the reports and from your channel also, that the police has really shot dead, and then there is so much of just harassment within the office or as the company. So this kind of attitude, I don't really appreciate on that. We don't want to talk about a particular religion or particular the region on that. Last 6 months to 1 year after Donald Trump has taken over the charge as the prime minister, as the president of the U.S., there is so much of hue and cry, and there is so much of India and other countries. The discrimination attitude also cannot be just ruled out, and the companies which the Mohammed Nizamuddin has been working, I think he has the poor guy has must have really suffered a lot of humiliation from his the boss and all those things. And also what we hear the reports is that his visa has been just expired. So there is multiple reports what we are getting from different sources. But as far as the Ministry of External Affairs is concerned, the spokesperson has also given a statement just now. I've just seen that the Minister of External Affairs, along with the U.S. counterpart, is in touch with the family members in the Mahbubnagar in Telangana, and as soon as possible, the body will be flown out from the U.S. to complete the last rites. But we feel really sorry for the family members, and this issue has to be really raised in the international platform, because many people are from India, and especially from Telangana and from Andhra Pradesh. Also, they are working in different parts of the country in the US. So, if this really continues, then there is just alarm bells has to be really started, and we have to raise in the international forum also. And once we get all the reports, I think we can really comment further. This is what the initial the reports, and really I'm really surprised that this incident happened on September 3rd, and today we are talking about September 19th. Almost 16 days are over. Why the police choose to not bring to the notice of the family members Nizamuddin, and even the external affairs, the local authorities, why they fail to comply all the rules and regulations. It is the primary duty of the police to hand over the dead body and do the further investigation.
Absolutely, sir.
Concern for the security of people of the India.
All right, Nizamuddin, in his last post on LinkedIn 2 weeks ago, revealed the extent of the racial discrimination, which he said continued even after he quit. He said, and I quote, "While working at Google via EPAM Systems 1, I have faced a lot of hostility, poor and unacceptable environment, racial discrimination and racial harassment. In addition to that, the company committed a salary fraud. I was not paid fairly, not in accordance with to the DOL wage levels." He added that the employers altogether wrongfully terminated my employment. It did not end there. They continued their harassment, discrimination and intimidation behavior by the help of a racist detective and a team. In fact, the father of the victim has written a letter to the Ministry of External Affairs. He wrote a letter to Dr. S.J. Shankar seeking assistance in bringing his son's body back to Mahbubnagar. The father also added in the letter that he does not know the actual reasons why the police shot him dead, but currently he wants to help, or wants the help of the Indian government. The Santa Clara County and the District Attorney's Office and the Santa Clara Police Department are conducting a joint investigation. This remains an active and open investigation, is what we are learning. Now, the Indian authorities have given an update on the case. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal is saying that the local authorities are in touch with the government and an investigation is underway. The MEA spokesperson is also assuring that Indian authorities are in touch with the deceased's family. Alright, at this point in time, we are also joined by Ambassador Yogesh Gupta, former diplomat, on the broadcast. Ambassador Gupta, appreciate you being here. Well, Nizamuddin was under constant stress. In fact, he's exposed the reality of, what it is like to work in America. He was underpaid. He was discriminated racially. In fact, he's also mentioned in his LinkedIn posts, that his colleagues tried to poison him with food poisoning.
Well,
this is a very unfortunate incident, and but let me say at the outset that the quality of environment for studying of Indian nationals, also the quality of environment for working of Indian nationals, this has deteriorated in recent months. After this Trump government has come into power, and there are multiple cases of racism, multiple cases of harassment, and unkind or unlawful behavior towards persons of foreign countries, minorities, and so on. And as the previous panelist also hinted, so this is the overall atmosphere in which our Indian people there are working. Now, as far as the specific allegations are concerned, again, I mean, there are multiple allegations about racism, victimization by the employer, then scuffle or the fight between him and his roommate, who was probably not, who was probably an American national. Then there is the question of the U.S. laws. So what kind of laws? Their laws may be different from our laws. So all these things will be investigated in the inquiry, and the Indian embassy, I can assure you, will do its best to find out from the U.S. government as to what happened, and if there was any unfair play, if there were any victimization. And US is a country in which there are so many human rights organizations, and family should pursue this matter, through the embassy with them, and try to seek justice, try to seek fairness from the US government in this. And embassy will also do its best, to get the body of the deceased to India. These things take a little time, as I said, because the American rules and regulations may be different, and only after we get a clearance from the American government that the body can be obtained and sent to India. So this may take a little time.
Right, sir.
But I will say that the family should keep in touch with the embassy and pursue this matter.
All right, sir. Okay. Let me also rope in at this point in time senior journalist Mr. Venkat Narayan. Mr. Narayan, what do you make of this case that's happened here? Obviously, why Nizamuddin was shot is something that will be revealed in a matter of time. But of course, there's a lot to smell and talk about right now. Mr. Narayan? All right. Well, Shyamkanu Mahanta and team, I beg your pardon, we are not in fact talking about that news as of now, but Ambassador Gupta, let me come back to you, sir. Well, the Indian Embassy and the Consulate is going to help, but the fact of the matter is that there has been a consistent delay in expediting this case. I think from what we have seen and read, this shoot or the shootout took place on the 3rd of September. We are on the 19th. And there was also a delay in informing the father and the kith and kin of the deceased as to what really happened, and they still don't know. What do you make of this? And I'm sure the consulate on ground in California would be trying its best.
Yes, after such an incident takes place, primarily it is for the police authorities. They are the ones who take the first action. And they are the ones who then inform their headquarters, their superiors, and then through the State Department, they will inform the consulate or the embassy. So, there is a process involved here, and sometimes these things may take time. And while the embassy tries its best to intervene and tries to get all possible information, but we are dependent on the American sources. We don't have any independent sources except that we may send an officer there to find out, to talk to his roommate or to talk to his neighbors and others. I mean, that sort of work we will do. But primarily, we are dependent on the host government. If there are any Indian organizations which are working in that area, which are active there, we will talk to them, we will find out the details. But otherwise, we are dependent on the foreign country, its government, and sometimes, those people, they take time, and so we are unfortunately, we have to wait for their advice, their investigation, their report.
All right, fair enough, sir. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for our guests who joined us to talk about this. Moving on, Shyamkanu Mahanta and team, the manager of singer Zubeen Garg's event in Singapore, have issued a statement in, I quote, "With profound grief, we share the heartbreaking news that our beloved icon Zubeen Garg passed away today at Singapore General Hospital around 2:30 p.m. Zubeen had arrived in Singapore just the day before yesterday.